My family tried to bankrupt me, and they were almost polite about it.
I always thought betrayal would be violent. A scream, a shattered plate, a door ripped off its hinges. Mine was a quiet, surgical procedure. My mother's voice, trembling with practiced grief in a crowded courtroom. "We only ever wanted the best for you," she said, a single tear tracing her perfect cheek. My father's silent, grim nod of agreement beside her. My older brother, David, studied the wall behind the judge, already tallying his victory. My lawyer's calm was glacial. Then the judge's fingers stilled on the document. He looked up, his gaze finding me. "I read about your firm in the journal last week," he said. "Before we proceed, I have some questions."
Let me rewind.
Our home wasn't broken. It was curated. A showcase of success in a leafy Chicago suburb. My father, a pillar of commercial real estate, valued order above all. My mother mastered the art of the gracious facade. David, the firstborn, was a natural heir. He spoke the language of leverage and legacy before he could drive. I, Elena, was the question mark. While they discussed market trends, I was dismantling code, fascinated by digital infrastructure and security. I once diagrammed a firewall concept on my cloth napkin. My father chuckled. "Creative phase," he'd said. "You'll settle." My mother deftly steered the conversation to David's latest golf score. Their indifference was a blanket I learned to breathe under. Praise for David was automatic. For me, it was always "you're clever," but when I left, it wasn't a revolution. It was a quiet retreat. I took my wife Sam's last name, Morgan, and built my company, Sentinel Shield, in determined silence. Success came not with fanfare but with the quiet hum of servers and the steady click of satisfied clients. I said nothing. Let them assume I was still struggling. Silence was my shield. But success has a scent, and family has a radar for it. The calls began. Heard the tech sector's shaky. David would muse in our group chat. Must be stressful living contract to contract. My father started asking pointed questions about liability in unproven ventures. The concern was a thin veneer over something harder. Assessment. The dinner was the tipping point. David leaned in, smiling. "Rumor is you've finally got a real client or two." His eyes weren't smiling. They were auditing me. That night, I told Sam the air felt charged. She nodded. "They've realized you built the treehouse without their permission," she said. "Now they want to control the ladder." 2 weeks later, the legal notice arrived. Crisp, heavy paper. A petition for involuntary bankruptcy, alleging Sentinel Shield owed David $1.8 million in unpaid loans. The narrative was cold, clinical. I was reckless, insolvent, a risk. My hands were steady as I read. This wasn't heat. It was calculation. My lawyer, Priya, listened without interruption. "They're manufacturing noise," she concluded. "They know it's false. They're betting you'll drown in the chaos." The weight settled. This required collaboration. Someone had to approve this. The courtroom was a sterile capsule of withheld breath. My family entered separately, a procession of solemnity. They did not look at me. David's attorney painted a picture of a house of cards. On cue, my mother's delicate sob echoed. "We offered every handhold," she whispered. She chose to fall. My father's jaw tightened in pained confirmation. Priya waited. She let the story hang. The judge, a man with weary eyes, read. And read. The rustle of paper was the only sound. Then he stopped. He removed his glasses. Counsel approached. The whispered conference at the bench changed everything. David's attorney's back went rigid. Priya returned, her composure unchanged. The judge's voice cut the silence. "Mr. Reed," he said to David, "your petition cites severe insolvency." He held up a page. "I am reviewing audited financials showing 3 years of profitability and robust reserves." Another page. "The payment trails cited here do not exist in the defendant's records." He lifted a final document. "A forensic analysis indicates the signatures on your alleged loan agreements are non-matches." David stood. "Your Honor, she's obviously fabricated." "What I see," the judge interrupted, "is a coordinated attempt to weaponize this court. The petition is dismissed with prejudice. This matter is referred for investigation into fraudulent filing. The air evacuated the room. My mother's face was sheer panic. My father stared blankly at the wood of the bench. As we rose, her hand shot out, cold on my wrist. "Elena, we were scared for you," she breathed. I looked at her fingers, then at her. "You are scared of me," I said and walked away. The collapse was silent. David is now under scrutiny. My parents' voicemails are full of wounded justification. I do not listen to them all. I learned the hardest lesson. Family isn't blood. It's the people who stand in your truth when the storm comes. Some people only love the version of you that fits on their shelf. When you grow beyond it, they call you a traitor. I didn't defeat them. I outgrew them. And in the quiet that followed, I finally found my breath.